everyone, and welcome back to the Unbothered Podcast, where we like to chat about the challenge. And we're back again talking about the challenge AllStars Season 4. We're here to recap episode 9, and we have a skeleton crew. Uh, this go around is just myself, Nadine, along with Tia. Everybody else had, plans or couldn't do it, and we had to do a little bit delayed because the flu tried to kill me this week. But that's okay. T and I got this. This is not our first
That,
rodeo
that's right.
as the two of us. And like I said, we're recapping episode 9. It is titled Waiting for a Star to Fall. I did release I have to upload the video version, but the audio version of episode 8's recap is up. Sorry it was late, everybody. Again, dying from the flu. This is what happens when I go out in public, as we know. When I go around
You
people, they
get
all
sick
make me sick.
every time. I
Just
know.
every time. I was so shocked I didn't get sick in Charlotte. Amazed. I was like, wow. For once, my immune system was on my side. I think it also helped that it wasn't like way overcrowded like some of the other places.
True. That's true.
But
Yeah.
and then you go to a rock concert where you're shoulder to shoulder with a bunch of sweaty drunk people who breathe and shout all over you. You know,
And people are gross anyway,
they're
so
so gross.
no
Oh my God,
surprise.
so gross. Yeah. But we're gonna jump right into it. The episode opens up. They're having a pool party and it's their off day. I love when they show these types of scenes and they're getting to just kind of take a break from game mode. As a reminder, last week Cam sent home Tina and surprise, surprise, stole Kara's star. So Kara is obviously on a mission to try and get her star back any way that she can. I really liked the little banter between Cam and Leroy during the pool day, and Leroy basically speaking their daughter into
That
existence.
was so cute. She's like, it's gonna happen. He's like,
And
well,
he's
I was
like,
kidding.
I was kidding. She's like, well, I wasn't.
Right?
And he's like, what? And
And
now
then
here we
guess
are
what?
a year later, and they have a baby girl. Love it. I had to roll my eyes when Leroy called Flora a genuine person.
Oh, I know.
And
Whatever.
then and I laughed when she's like, I'm surprised I'm still here. And I said, I'm not. You've
No,
been
you're
in
a
the losing
layup. They
group.
want you in the final.
They're not worried about you, girl. That's why you're still here. No one's
Exactly.
worried about you. Either you'll make it to a final or you'll get purged right before. And again, no one's worried. So, but it's okay. You keep collecting that staycation check, girl. And
I mean,
then
that's what I would do. I'm not faulting anybody for that.
yeah, me neither. And then we get a scene about Avery talking about her hardships in life and wanting to win the money to help her brother who's going to college. And she's like, it's basically me, my sister, and my brother as far as my family goes. Whether that's who's alive or who she has a connection with, I'm not sure. But either way, I know that feeling. So I feel for her on that. And it was almost kind of weird to me, just with the way that editing happens to be with the show that they included this clip in this episode because I'm like, I feel like this would be a clip they would put in an episode where she goes into an elimination or something.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, and it kind of just got thrown in there. Just
Yeah.
this weird little clip. I mean, not that the
Yeah.
situation was weird or anything, but yeah, I felt the same
Yeah.
way. The placement of it was odd.
Was a little odd. Yeah. And I
Yeah.
assume she's talking to Adam in the beginning, when she's skimming the pool. And then I had a thought. I was like, they have to clean their own pool while they're there.
I I thought the same thing. I was like, don't y'all have people for that?
Though I guess maybe like someone comes in and does treatments and they have the skimmer for,
Yeah.
bugs and stuff like that. But either way, work for your crystal cooling pool, which made me very jealous on today because it's like 85 degrees outside. And I'm like, I wish I had a pool.
Oh, that's what I did all afternoon.
Yeah, I know. That's because you live in Florida and it's like
Yeah,
a requirement. You have to have a pool.
true.
Any house that's for sale, there better be a pool. So we go from that scene to Kara chatting with Steve over in the gym area of the house. He tells her that being friends with her, like other people don't like it. His confessional, he was like, it puts a target on my back, but what are they gonna do? They've already put me into elimination twice. Put me in elimination again?
Right.
Ooh, like I'm a grown ass man. Like I'm gonna talk to who I want to talk to. And he tells her that, and that people are bothered that he's hanging with her. And she's like, really? And you
I
can
know.
tell that hurts because nobody wants to hear like everyone's whispering behind your back, telling people that are being nice to you, you shouldn't be nice. What
Don't
are
be
we
nice
in
to
middle
them, right?
school?
I feel like everybody in there is so immature and just hateful, especially
And
Laurel.
yeah, and
She's
you
just a
all are
hateful
over
person.
30. Like, what is wrong with you people?
I know. I know.
Like, like if this was about children, I guarantee every single one of you would be like, they shouldn't treat them like that. But you're acting that way yourself. So it's just
If
so
you don't
irritating.
like someone, don't be around them, but don't go talk to their friends and
Yes,
say you shouldn't be friends with them. Like,
exactly. Or like, why are you talking to them? Because I fucking want to. And Steve is probably like, I'm a 40-some-year-old fucking man. I can
right,
make my own decisions.
right.
Talk to the famous hand, but don't touch it. There's insurance.
To his little hands.
And then, of course, here comes Nicole's dumbass pitching a fit that her new friend is daring to talk to Kara. And Ace is like, you just need to be friends. He's like, I don't need to do anything for her.
Okay, well,
She's a shitty person.
I
She's a
was like,
cunt.
Ace shouldn't have said that. There's no way they're gonna be friends.
No.
He, I know what he meant, but
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
And Ace is just trying to be Ace because he is really
yeah.
good friends with Kara and he hates seeing the
He's a
way that the
genuine
rest
guy.
of them. Yeah. He's like, I hate seeing the way that people are talking about her and treating her. And then Nicole goes like running out to where
Well,
Kara is with Steve.
but see, here's the thing that pissed me off about that. She just said in her confessional or whatever it was, she was like, Cara needs to, keep my name out of her mouth
She's
and blah,
obsessed
blah,
with
blah, and da,
me.
da, da. But then she runs to where Cara is sitting in the corner by herself. What?
And they're not even talking about you.
Exactly.
And
Like,
she's
who's
like,
obsessed? It's not
keep my
Cara.
name out of your mouth. And Kara's like, Nicole, 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 Nicole. And I was like, yes, but she's like, I am unbothered.
I am that
You
level of petty.
are the one who's fucking obsessed with me. Like, I wasn't even talking about you, bitch. And you come running out here to tell me to stop talking about you. You're trying to tell people to not talk to me at all. Like, who is the obsessed one? You're a fucking weirdo.
She is. She's obsessed. It's
Such a
bizarre.
weirdo. Yeah, I know. So, and then of course we cut to after that, we see Jay chatting with Kara, Flora sitting behind Kara, which I was like, why are you in a room with just her and Jay if you hate her so much?
Yeah.
And Jay jokingly says he was gonna take Cam Star, and of course she pops out of the kitchen like, I heard that. And Carr basically tells Cam, like, you're good, you're safe. Like, even if I do get an opportunity to win a star back, I'm going after Nicole. I'm not going after yours. She calls Nicole an idiot. They have the audacity to chastise her for calling Nicole an idiot. And I'm like, she is a fucking idiot. But none of you blinked or batted an eye when she called Kara a selfish, shitty human being and a cunt.
Thank you.
But
Right.
idiot is where we're crossing the line.
Right. I'm so disappointed in Flora because, I was really excited for her to come back. I think we even talked about this on the last episode. And she just sucks as a person. I
She does.
mean,
Not a fan.
no, same.
Not a
Not
fan.
at all.
Yeah, she had some funny moments, but like, girl, you need to find a different lane because the one you're in is
Well,
full of
and
potholes.
I think we talked about this too. People keep saying, give us examples of what Cara has done to make all of you just like her as much. None of them can give us an example.
And any examples they give is things that she has done in retaliation for actions, words, or behaviors done to her first. It's
Right.
like you're upset with her for reacting to people's treatment of her. Uh,
Right.
she's 37 years old. Like, she's not a fucking doormat. Okay. If you want to wipe your feet on something, go to Walmart, buy yourself a doormat, and fucking do it there.
Well, and
But
then
stop
they're
trying to
like,
do it to people.
they try to bash her for protecting her star.
It's literally what
Um,
you're all trying to do.
right?
I'm like,
Does it make sense?
look, contrary to popular belief, most of us do have some brain cells that function, and we can use critical thinking skills, and we're not blind.
Yes.
Shocking. I know. Shocking. And honestly, most of what I've seen all over social media when it comes to the fandom world, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, even Reddit, Twitter, which is always a cesspool, most people are like, y'all are like, y'all are upset at Cara for doing the same shit y'all are doing.
Yeah.
Very little Cara hate, which I love. Obviously, because we're Cara fans, but in the same time, like it always drives me nuts when I really feel like something obvious is happening and everybody just sticks their head in the sand and does everything to argue excuses as to why it's not that way. And I'm like, just accept reality. It's okay, everyone.
Yeah, exactly.
And then we have Laurel. I think this episode I have probably never I've never disliked Laurel more than what I mean, I hated her going off on Cara, but just this episode just further fuels my dislike for her. She's talking all this shit about Cara to Flora and Ryan and in her confessionals and, trying to be like the way she's coming off to people. And I'm like, bitch, you are aggressive as fuck right now.
Yeah.
You want to talk about how
And,
you come off?
and nobody says anything to her to like, you know, it, most adults you would think would go, hey, you need to take a step back and think about what you're saying here. Like you're an adult, you're acting like a child. Like I said, she's hateful. She's a hateful person.
So hateful.
I well, and I used to like, give her some grace and be like, she could be like this with people, but she might be a good veterinarian. Take that back. I wouldn't take my pet to her.
I'm not doing hell no. Because what if you don't what if you and I get into a fight? Like, I don't know. I'll take it to Cara Maria first. She's in with the praying mantises.
Yeah,
They got her back.
exactly. That was
So
so cute.
that was really cute. And I mean, Ryan even does say in his confessional, Cara's been a good person, friend to Laurel, and Laurel is just whacked out over Nicole. And he even says to Laurel, like, it's just bizarre, your situation with her. Like, the whole thing is just very bizarre. And it's
I think he said he was fascinated by their
fascinated. Yeah.
dynamic.
And it's very one-sided because this is all fueled by Laurel. Like Cara, you can tell Cara is somebody who, yes, she may kind of hold a grudge, but like she gets to a point as well where she just wants to let shit go and just
Hmm.
let sleeping dogs lie and maybe try to start like a different relationship or path or like, we will never have what we did, but maybe we can have something new that's like
Right.
mutually respectful and civil. And Laurel's maturity level just isn't fucking there. She's still stuck at 22.
Well, and to go back to Laurel crying on her shoulder,
Oh my God. Just
you know,
an episode ago.
right. And then to treat her like she is. I mean, it's bizarre for one thing.
It is.
Yeah.
She just. Uh, I wish I was a psychologist or psychiatrist because I would love to evaluate this woman's thought
Pick
processes.
her brain.
I have so many questions. So we get to the daily. It's called Run the Plank. It's pretty simple. It's done in pairs. There's 2 heats. The partners will take turns to run and jump off of this plank to grab a big old ball to lower into the water. And every time they manage to grab the ball, it'll lower their puzzle pieces. And you want to be able to get the puzzle pieces off the board and onto shore, fastest time wins. There will be 4 losing groups. I think 2 safe groups, and then of course a winning group. So the first heat, you have 4 teams, and that is Cara Ace, Leroy Cam, Veronica Ryan, and Stephen Flora. Flora is too damn scared to try to do anything other than jump, which if you are at least jumping, I don't understand why you can't do the rest of it.
Right.
You're at least jumping. I mean, you just maybe have to reach out and try to grab the ball. If Veronica's tiny ass can do it, there's no reason. And it's not like Cam where you're too frozen and afraid to even make it off the plank. You have no problem jumping off of it into the water, enough or whatever
Right.
to do it.
Right.
Just take the extra half step. What was it, TJ? I think after the first time she tried, he was like, what the hell was that? Poor Steve. So poor Steve has to do all the work for that team.
Well,
Leroy
he was
goes
killing it.
first.
He was
He
doing a
was
great
killing it.
job by
If
himself.
he had like anybody else as a partner other than her or Cam or Veronica, I think they may have at least gotten into the middle group. But for the other teams, Leroy goes first for him and Cam. He's fine. And she completely freezes and can't do it. A lot of people have said, she felt that wave of postpartum anxiety because she's like afraid, I don't want to fall funny. I'm still breastfeeding. Like I just had a C-section a few months ago. Regardless, she can't do it. They end up DQing. She takes it on the chin. She knows we're going in the losing group. I may end up going into elimination. Veronica continues to try as best as she can, with Ryan making up the difference. And no surprise in this heat, Kara and Ace end up finishing first. But the disadvantage with being in the first heat is the people in the second heat can see what works, what doesn't work, and they
Yeah,
can all improve upon it. And
and
that's
we did.
exactly what happened. So the second heat, you have Laurel and Derek, Jay, Nicole, Adam and Avery. Nicole and Jay should absolutely be able to kill this, but Nicole purposely kind of fucks up to allow Laurel the opportunity to win.
Right.
So Laurel can have the opportunity to get her star, which I don't like Laurel and Nicole, but like I get it
And
from
honestly, poor
Florida.
Jay.
I know.
I felt bad for Jay.
So I think if maybe it was a guy's elimination day, like, which it's weird to me that it was only a female's elimination day. I think it should have been a double. And
I agree.
then, at that point, Jay would have had to say to Nicole, like, we can't afford to lose because I need to go in too.
Right.
Like I should be your number one before Laurel. Like bros before hoes, bitch. You know what I mean? It's like chicks before dicks. It's just
Yep.
how it is. Um, so needless to say, Laurel and Derek end up winning. And Kara's like, fuck, I'm screwed. Like, there's no way they're gonna let me go into elimination, try to get my star back. Oh, Kara, you're right. If they were smart, that is correct.
Yeah.
They wouldn't even give you the opportunity. But guess what? They're not.
Yeah.
3 out of the 4 in the voting group are not, clearly, because only one of them is trying to be like, maybe this isn't a great idea.
I wrote that down. I was like, Jay is the only one thinking smart.
Yeah.
The only one.
Yep. The only
Yeah.
one. So after the daily, we have Laurel immediately saying she wants it to be Kara and Cam to be put up for the nominations. That way she can replace Cam and send Kara home because she has, and I quote, beat her many times in many things, and I want to eat her ego. I think you need to eat some of your own. Miss, I only beat her in elimination twice, and one of those times Kara had a whole fucking broken hand.
Right.
Like,
If
come on.
we always complain about like editing and everything, that has to be some damn good editing if they are editing out anything that Kara has done that has been,
Mhm.
egotistical or bitchy or whatever. Because I'm seeing none of that, but I'm seeing a lot of it from Laurel.
Yeah. And Laurel with that confessional, like I know sometimes and a lot of cast members have said this over the years that when you're hearing stuff from a confessional, but it's not on, like the camera's not on them in the confessional saying it, that's them splicing stuff they've said other. Bitch,
Mhm.
this was all in one sitting. You looked dead straight in that
Right.
camera and said all that with your chest.
Right.
just, ugh, I just rolled my eyes so fucking hard. So hard. And the car is talking to Ace, and she's like, look, I don't want to face Cam. Like, I don't ideally want to go against her because she's not a slouch. And I respect her in that, as a competitor. And Ace is like, well, you know what? You don't have a fucking choice. You want your star. This is the only way you're going to be able to do it. And she understands that, she can't always have it her way all the time and whatever. Might as well go in and try to get it because if she doesn't, she's not going to the final. And what the
Right.
hell's the point in continuing to hang around if she can't even go to the damn final? So she makes point. She doesn't love it, but it's okay. Her friend, the praying mantis, hops onto her and lets her know he's got her back, or she has her back.
Yeah. I love it when
And
it just crawled up on her head and was just sitting there.
yeah, and
It's
Kara
like
was
a
just like,
Disney princess.
yeah. And I was like, see, that's a genuine show of someone's character when you see how they treat creatures much smaller than them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, see, see. And I think praying mantises are a sign of good luck too. So
Yeah.
he was predicting the
It
future
was
of this
it was
episode.
very cute.
It was very cute. I'm glad they left that in there.
Yeah.
So Laurel then manages, she has a conversation with Cam, and she actually convinces Cam to be fine being put up against Cara Maria, which if I was Cam, I would be like, no,
Yeah.
I've, uh, I'm having flashbacks to vendettas and Final Reckoning. No, I don't want to go against her because every time I try to, it blows up in my face, and she has sent my ass home before.
Hmm.
No. And I'm like, do none of you remember that at this point in the game, her Elam record is like 14-6?
Well, they keep
And
saying, "Oh, that's why, we want her out," but nobody wants to go against her.
and in this kind of a format, the only way to get her out is you don't let her go in. And you do
Right.
your very best to try and not let her win on a female's elimination day. But again, brain cells, they're not firing on any synapses here. Um, and Cam is dumb enough to believe that Laurel will absolutely do this. So nominations go quickly. Like we said, Jay is the only one trying to not vote for Cara, mostly for Nicole's benefit, because he's like, if she goes in against Cam and Laurel really does take Cam's spot, what if Cara wins? Just because Laurel's going against her, there's no guarantee that Cara's automatically going to go home. The only two times
Right.
Cara and Laurel have faced each other in elimination, it was in pure physical, with the balls in, and like, let's be honest, Laurel's size is a huge advantage. She's like six
Oh,
to seven
absolutely.
inches taller
Yeah.
than Cara. Like that is going to be difficult to beat regardless of how much you work out, how jacked you are, all that stuff. You're 5'3", 5'4". I think she's like 5'4". Laurel is that bitch is at least 5'11", 6 feet tall. That's at least a half a foot difference. So, and Laurel is not a tiny woman. She got some muscle. And the second time involved having to punch holes in a board. And of course, Cara had a broken hand. So you try doing
Right.
that one handed. And again, height helps you when you have to climb up. So there's no guarantee that this will be either of those things. We haven't had a lot of like pure physical eliminations in AllStars anyway. I think we've only had like two and maybe three. So he has a point. Like, if you put her in with Laurel, let's say she sends Laurel home, Nicole, she already fucking said she's not touching Cam. She's
Right.
coming for your star. So why would you want to give her that opportunity? Because then now you're going to have to try to fight to get one back again. And Nicole's like, I'm voting for Kyra and Cam. She's like, all right, fuck it. So they put up the nomination names, Cara, Marie, and Cam, and Cara immediately clocks and turns and says, so what you're telling me is this is going to be Laurel and Cara Maria.
Yep.
And Cam's like, or Cam and Cara Maria. And Maria's like, yeah,
Yeah.
I
Okay.
know how this goes. I'm not a fucking idiot. I've played this game a long time. She's clocked all these people's moves from the beginning. I'm like, she's not stupid, naive Cara from Fresh Meat 2 and Cutthroat anymore, guys. Sorry to tell you.
Right.
She's older, she's smarter, she works harder. She's from Boston. Don't fuck with her. Don't come from her star. I'm just making myself laugh, which I really shouldn't be doing at this point.
You're gonna start coughing.
I just start coughing. Excuse me. Oh. So anyway, um, Cam is clearly trying to then you could see her talking to Leroy, and I'm like, in this scene, I feel like Cam is just trying to convince herself that Laurel is going to do what she said she was gonna do.
Right.
She's like, maybe she won't. No, I think she will. And Leroy's like,
Eh.
Eh, I don't know, babe. I'm sorry if and maybe he did and they didn't show us, but if I had been Leroy, I'd been like, babe, don't do this. Do not let them do this to you. Make them put in, Veronica or Flora against her. Like, do not do this. It is too much of a risk. You faced Cara Maria before. You don't do it. It's not worth it. You're putting a lot of trust in a bitch that you've only been friendly-ish with for like 2 weeks.
Right.
Well, well, well. So we get to the elimination. I forgot to write the name of it down, but it's basically some cages with 10 little balls in it, above like a muddy water pit. And Laurel, not surprisingly, decides, well, this isn't going to be a guaranteed win for me against Kara, so I'm not going to take the risk because God forbid for her fucking ego, she lose to Cara Maria.
Takara.
She
Right.
couldn't handle it. I think her fucking ego would explode and we would just watch Laurel wither away right in front of our eyes.
Well, Ellen and I talked about it. We both had the same thought. I think Laurel thought I think height is a disadvantage in this one,
Oh,
and
yeah,
I
I'm
think
sure.
that's why she thought about it. But apparently Ryan and was it Veronica talked her out of
Nicole.
it? Nicole
Yeah,
talked her out of going in because I guess she was going to.
because
And
of
they,
her height.
yeah, yeah,
Well, like Leroy said, this is probably like one of the last female eliminations. Like, you won't have to do something, girl. But either
right,
way, she doesn't. Cam is not happy. She calls her out about it. And this is one of those situations where Kara already has an advantage because she's mentally prepared,
right.
and Cam is not. Because part of her was hoping this whole time Laurel was going to do what she said she had to do,
Well,
and she wouldn't even have to perform.
and what's funny about that is apparently now in some interviews that Cam has done was saying, saying things like what it wasn't upsetting, it didn't bother her. So I'm like, your reaction on film says different.
Right.
Like, so I don't know what that's about.
She's she's trying to save face. I think she's trying to double down because maybe watching this back, she might feel kind of stupid with some
Hmm.
of her decisions and game moves. And, I don't know how prideful of a person she is or whatever. She may just not want to admit, like, yeah, I fucked that shit up.
Yeah.
Or, yeah, I trusted the wrong bitch. But, well, that's her prerogative.
That's what
So,
happened though. Trusting the
yep.
wrong bitch.
So Laurel does exactly. She decides to not go down. Um, I think it's a coward move. That's what Jay says too. Because I'm like, if you're such a badass bitch
Yeah.
and you're so good at beating Cara Maria at so many things, why are you so concerned about not having the advantage because of your height this time? If
Yep.
you're so good, that height shouldn't fucking matter. Because look, Cam isn't short. Cam's
True.
like
Right. I thought the same
five
thing.
nine.
Yeah.
She's only a
And
couple inches shorter.
if Cam had not missed that one ball, she might have won.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
very well could have. If she would have been a little bit more focused, it may have been a different outcome, but oh well. So, like I said, it is an advantage for Carr because she's mentally prepared. Cam is not. Initially it looks like Cam is doing better, but she fails to keep herself focused and meticulous. She doesn't do what Cara does, which is Cara ensures all of the balls are down at the end where the opening is, and Cam doesn't. She
Right.
misses like 3 of them.
Two or three. Yeah.
So she's like putting these balls in the bucket, but there's only 7 gathered and you need to do all 10. So you're screwing yourself up. And she doesn't realize it until it's almost too late because at that point, Kara's at the other end of the opening. She's got all the
All
balls
of her
gathered
balls.
around and she's just
Yep.
got to put them through. She's in great shape. She's not winded. She's not tired. She's just in and out, in and out, in and out. And they're all tied up at like 6 or 7 balls in of 10. And Cam has to go all the way to the other end of the pit and try to poke her fingers through the holes and get the balls down. And Carr is just boop, boop, boop. And Carr wins. Our
Yeah. She said
girl.
She said thanks to her CrossFit, she wasn't even winded. Do you know how gassed I would be if I just do even like two balls?
I no. I'd be like,
Yeah.
you would really hear me, my lungs rattling
They'd
then.
have paramedics out with like oxygen.
Yep. So Kara's record is now, after this elimination, I believe 15-6. I think she's tied with
She's second to Wes,
for I think the amount
right?
of wins.
Amount of
I think
wins.
yeah, I think she had surpassed or tied Anissa with the amount of wins, but her record is way better than
Oh, I
Anissa's.
forgot about Anissa.
Yeah. I think Anissa's like a 50-50 win rate. I don't know.
Oh, hey, before they went in though, it was super cute when
Yes.
Lee said, good luck, babe, or whatever. She goes, thanks, babe.
And Kara's like, thanks.
That
And
was
she
cute.
tells Cam, I'm just gonna pretend like he's cheering for me too. Because she's trying, you can tell she's trying to like keep it lighthearted with them because she does genuinely care about them.
Right.
I mean, she has said so many times like she loves and she's Cam Roy's number one fan. She's like, I love them. I love them as a couple. I love them as a family. I'm always going to want to be supportive of them. So it's just like, I see what she's doing because I've kind of done that with people that like I used to have a relationship with and like things got weird or something happened, but like I'm not ready to shut the door on them. Like I still want to kind of see if there's
Sure.
room for a reconciliation. So like, you kind of like make like little playful joking comments to demonstrate I'm open.
Well,
I
and
am
she was the
open.
first to, give me a hug,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And props to Cam. She lost well. She was a
Hmm.
good sport about it. She hugged Cara Maria. She said, I lost a car, which again, girl, it's the second time you have. You'll learn eventually to work with her instead of try to work against her all the time, other than that one season. Um, and it was so sweet having Leroy run down there. And I love
To
the
Celine Dion.
Celine Dion. I was like singing it to Suki while I was rewatching it.
It was,
Oh,
they're so
I
cute
know. They are
together.
so cute. And apparently Cam asked Cara that, if you guys do make it to the final together, can you just
Look
have
out
his
for
back, look out
it.
for him? And Cara said she would. And like, oh,
And of course she would. Of course she would. She would have had Cam's back too.
yeah. See,
Yeah,
and that's how I know Cara's better than me because I'm a petty bitch.
same.
I'd have been like, oh yeah, uh-huh. And I look straight at him and been like, you on your own.
Yeah.
Ask Laurel to
Well,
have your back.
see, that's the other thing. I feel like Cam's being all shady after the fact too, because in these interviews too, there was that whole baby shower thing. Did you read about that?
Yes, I've just
And
watched
then
that clip.
her saying something about she's real close to Polly, but she doesn't say anything about Cara. I don't know. Just weird kind of
It's weird.
shady.
And for those who don't know what we're talking about, the baby shower thing. If you go Challenge Mania interviewed Cara Maria. It's I don't know if it's out now. I can check to see if it's out
I
now
think
for
it's out
everybody, but
Monday
out
for
Monday
everybody that's
for
not paying.
everybody.
Yeah.
But if you go like on, they may have this clip on their Facebook page. We have it on ours. I think somebody got it off like TikTok or something. But essentially, Cara was saying during the interview that her and Polly have had fans come up to them and ask, which we've asked this when the pictures of Cam and Leroy's baby shower for Kingston came out. Where's Cara and Polly?
Hmm.
Where's Cara and Polly? Like, were they not invited? And according to Cara, her and Polly were out there 2 days before everybody else. They spent time with them. Cara like treated Cam to a spa day, whatever you want, mama. I'm here for you. I support you. And Leroy told them that they can't take pictures together, or at least not publicly, and post them because Bananas would get upset with them.
Right.
Again, how old are we?
Yeah, that's such a crazy story.
Like, if somebody would have told me that in high school, even in high school, I would have been like,
Really?
okay, well, I'm going home now and you can lose my fucking number. And again, she's better than me because I would have went immediately home, dragged every motherfucker on social media. and blocked everybody. And I would have burned all that shit to the ground. We would have had a real rivalry.
See, first though, all the pictures that I took, I would release those.
Well, yes. I would take all the selfies and be like, see, I was at the baby shower. They just didn't
Yeah,
want you to know that because some people were going to get upset and get their feelings hurt.
that's so crazy to me.
And like that to me, like I don't want somebody to be my friend just when I look good. Like I want someone who will still be my friend even when it's not the popular thing to do. Because
Right.
if you know me and care about me as a person, you should know that regardless of public opinion, I am who I am. And if I have started acting a certain way, I would hope as my friend, you would sit me down and call me out on it to bring it to my attention and allow me to, adjust or we can redraw our friendship boundaries. I don't know. The
Well,
whole thing is just weird to me and it's gross.
I mean, we've all known Bananas is a jackass. So what does that say about him
Oh,
to
I
tell
am not
these
surprised.
people, don't have your other friends around for your baby shower because I'm going to be there?
Hmm.
Like, you get that butt hurt over it, that's your problem.
Agreed. So I'll
Yeah.
be interested to see if Camera Leroy responds to that.
Yeah. Oh, quick, before we finish all this, Adam's pants.
Yeah, the gold pants. First of all, how
What?
did he get in them?
I don't know. They were
And how
tight.
the hell did you get out?
He was
And did they
struggling.
belong to Avery?
That's what I was wondering. You know they're not his. So I
No,
don't know where they came
they
from.
don't look like they fit him. They could have been Ryan's or
Lions.
Derek's.
Yeah, I could
And he
see
was
that.
just like, oh, I will try those on. It probably took four of them. They had a
That
baby oil his legs up,
was that whole Ross on
pour
fire.
him into the pants,
Yeah.
and then peel them off later, and then air them out over the balcony.
So bizarre.
So, we got a little bit of a preview of next week's episode. It just
It
kind
didn't
of
really
it
show much.
no, it just shows they're doing some weird daily and shopping carts and lassos.
Yeah, I know. It's so weird.
But it's episode 10. I think there's only 12 episodes this season, which is more than on the previous seasons. They've all been 10. So we've got to be very close to the final.
Yeah. Hey, also, didn't it look like Kara grabbed Steve's star?
So yes. So when I watched it today and I was watching it on my phone, it's the camera angle because if you
That's what I
pause
was.
it and you
Okay.
count the amount of stars down, Steve is so from right to left, Steve is star number 3, and then
Mhm.
Cam was star 4, and then there was 2 more in front of Cam. So when she picks up the star, there's a gap, and then there's only 2 stars on one end and 3 on the other.
Okay. I figured
Yeah.
it was something like that because yeah, she's not taking Steve's star
No,
anyway.
it was just the camera angle was weird. It made it look like it was above Steve's picture, but it's like this was the yeah, it was weird.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
because I paused it and looked at it, I said, "Oh, okay, it was the camera angle, not Kara having a blonde moment, like we all thought."
Well, I
So
thought maybe she was just joking around, and
yeah,
they just, didn't
yeah,
edit
that's
it
what I
out or
was
something.
thinking
But
too. But like I said, I did I paused it and I looked and I counted the stars as she went to go grab it, and she grabbed the right one.
yeah.
So it was like, yeah. So, um, that's pretty much it for this week. I don't think there's
Yeah.
like a whole lot of behind the scenes tea. I mean, you know, Cam interviews and articles have been out all over the place. They've been shared everywhere. So even if you're not in our Facebook group, if you're on any of the IG pages or in any of the other fan Facebook groups, you've probably seen at least a half a dozen
Oh, sure. Yeah.
posts, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, I definitely can't wait till Monday to go listen to the Cara
Yeah.
Maria
I'll look at that
interview.
one.
I'll be listening to it on my commute to and from work.
Hmm.
Excited. But yes, guys, if you are not already following us on Facebook, we are the Challenge Unbothered. We are also the Challenge Unbothered on Instagram. On YouTube, Apple Music, and Spotify, we are the Unbothered Podcast. Give us a like, give us a follow, and we hope to see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.